Hi you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and this is video number 4. So guys, I've been very busy lately with my new job and I'm finding it very difficult honestly to manage time. But I've gotten a few questions on my previous video regarding travel to India, and so I thought I'll make another video with 4 questions which are generally asked by everyone, and this video is going to be very informative, so stay tuned till the end. So the first question that I got was, what is the difference between RT-PCR test and PCR test, or what is actually rapid antigen and which one is actually required while you travel internationally? So I'm here to clarify. Basically, there are 2 types of tests. One is the molecular test and another one is antigen test. Antigen test is the test that we generally call rapid test, which can give us result very quickly from 5 minutes to like maximum 30 minutes, and that test is not 100% accurate, and so rapid antigen test is not allowed while you travel internationally. The test that is actually required for your international travel is RT-PCR test. Now you will say that sometimes you see COVID tests as PCR tests and not RT-PCR, so what is actually the difference between the two? Let me tell you that they mean the same. RT-PCR test is actually type of PCR test which converts RNA to DNA, and there's some science behind it which I am not aware of, but RT-PCR test is same as the PCR test, which is the type of antigen test, which is the most accurate test for COVID virus right now, and that is the test which you need to take for your international travel. The second question is whether you need to quarantine when you come to India. Well, it basically depends on where you're coming from and whether you're testing positive or negative when you come to India. The government of India has segregated the countries into risk countries and not at-risk countries. If you're coming from at-risk countries, you have to compulsorily go through a PCR test in the airport. If you're traveling from not at-risk countries, only 2% of the population arriving in India will be exposed to RT-PCR test selected on random basis, and your positive or negative result will decide your quarantine situation. For those who have tested negative or who have not been exposed to test can go home and do home quarantine for 7 days. For those who have tested positive in the test, you have to go through an isolation as per the government protocol. One very important point here is that while you're home quarantining for 7 days, on the 8th day you have to take another PCR test and upload it on the Air Suvidha form. Let me remind you here that the Air Suvidha form is a form which you require compulsorily to enter India. Your airline will not allow you to board the flight to India if you have not filled the Air Suvidha form before itself. The third question that I got was that whether children need to get an RT-PCR test too. Well, if your child is under the age of 5, he or she does not need to get an RT-PCR test before or after arrival. But in case your child is suffering from any symptoms related to COVID-19, he or she will have to take a test, and positive or negative will decide her isolation or quarantining. The fourth question was kind of interesting actually. She said, well, what if I test negative for my RT-PCR test but I have a little bit of cold before boarding the flight? Well, if you have any symptoms related to COVID-19 before boarding your flight, even if you have tested negative, the flight will not allow you to board. The airline might provide you with some relaxation if it is like very minor, but I am telling you what central government has released as per its notification. So it is very unlikely because there's a rise in COVID cases and the new variants. So beware, if you have any kind of symptoms at all, do not take international flight. So these were the answers of 4 questions from my end. If you have anything at all that you want me to talk about or have any questions at all, please feel free to drop them below on the comment section. Like, share and subscribe. Yes, I said it finally. And thank you so much for being here. Bye.